Welcome. Good to be back in Melbourne. A few empty seats in the crowd. It's a pleasure to welcome Matthew Richardson.
Thanks, Dennis. Expecting something very special here tonight.
Tonight's clash between Hawthorn and the Swans. The Swans making their way onto the ground to the tune of the club song. The Hawks burst out onto the ground, and boy did they look fresh. The fans should be in store for a ripper. Umpire tosses the coin. The Hawks winning the toss. Round 19. The players are all eagerly awaiting the siren. Here we go. It's Hawthorn versus the Swans. Pick up by Mitchell. That had some power behind it. I guess it was worth a go. Laidler read the play better than anyone else and takes possession. Marked by Parker. What was the intention of that kick, Richard?
That's just a waste of a kick there.
He's a long way from home, but he's a chance. Over the top of the pack. Heaney in no hurry as he prepares for the kick. 35 metres out. Well, if you could hand-pick a position, this is it. Straight in front of the goals. Going for goal number 1. Never looked like going through. I would have expected him to nail that. Hodge gets set to kick it back in. He misses the mark. It's been intercepted by the opposition. Bumps the pigskin. A good mark under the circumstances. Towers puts it on the boot. Reed over the top. Let's have the shot at goal is as good as the delivery. What was he thinking? Run control to Major Tom. Marked by Burton. Choose to kick it. Taken by Schoenmakers.
Schoenmakers can read the play really well. I think he's definitely on his way to becoming one of the best in the league. Laidler with the ball. He opts to play on. He takes a quick ballet break. Dishes it off to the running player.
Tackle, but gets the handball off. Collected by Reed. Handballs. Franklin kicks for goal. Franklin with the goal. The game officially underway now. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. The Rucks can't complain about that true bounce. Sinclair with a big fist on it. The bouncing ball is controlled. Durade, I've got no idea how he managed to get that out. Schoenmakers throws it, clear as day. Good drop punt by Rowan. Reed was surrounded. He needed to mark it, and he did. Boots it. Franklin controls it. It's hit the post. It's a behind.
Hodge is a very intelligent guy. He always seems to make the right decisions no matter what's happening on field around him. Papley finds the handball. A goal to Sydney. The Swans have the advantage on the scoreboard over the Hawks.
Sinclair taps it. He has the ball. Ball up in the centre square. Sinclair punches. Durade gets the ball. He gets the hand pass. Hanbury in the back. As cool as a prize marrow as he lines up for this shot. 65 metres out. Good mark by Roughhead. 45 metres out. Roughhead likes his chances for goal. Nice goal from Roughhead. That will settle his nerves. The first goal is always welcome.
Rough head, has his feet firmly on the ground, and he's just a great leader around the club.
Gunston was taken high. Chips it down towards half forward. Nice mark there. Lobs the pass. A big kick by Kennedy. The ball goes over the boundary on the wing. Umpire calls for a throw-in. A lot of jostling as the boundary umpire puts the ball back into play. Hanbury with no time to delay with that kick. Kicks it. It's been intercepted by the opposition. Going for goal number 1. No one troubling him there. Oh my goodness. Goal number 2 for Franklin. Sydney lead the Hawks. The ruckman, conscious of where their teammates are, they wait for the bounce. Claimed by Sinclair. Schoenmakers sticks out his hands and collects the ball. Parker has a head which is much better than his feet. If only he had 3 heads, 1 on each leg. Hewitt with the mighty fist. The ball goes over the boundary in the pocket. The umpire has thrown it in. Good tap from Sinclair. Wow, what a nose for those loose balls. McAvoy feeling the pressure, gets the quick kick away. Burton with no time to delay with that kick. Delivers the footy with a beautiful drop pass. Nice work from Rowan. He's done a Lady Gaga. He kept everyone guessing. Richo, how did you see the opening quarter?
They're in front and they deserve to be in front. They stepped up in all areas and really made their opposition look second-rate.
Time to check those stats.
Neither team showing any superiority in the tackling count today. Really close. Locked horns in the tackle contests, 5-1. The Swans with 17 kicks and the Hawks with 11 kicks.
And we go for quarter number 2.
If you can believe it, the mind can achieve it.
Tap by Sinclair. The ball in the hands of Kennedy. Scoops up the bouncing ball. Look at that. He's put it through. 3 goals so far. Well done. The Swans by 20 points. You can feel the intensity build as both ruckmen prepare for the bounce. Sinclair nicely outclassing McAvoy. Sinclair feeds it wide. Birchall takes an uncontested mark.
Look, the Hawks haven't been able to set up many shots at goal, but I'm not sure that's the forward's fault. The ball has been coming in way too slow. You can't expect your forward to kick a winning total that way. He lays off the pass.
Nothing presenting. He fires it to an empty space. Reed going for number 1. Sydney had 1 to their tally. This lead getting bigger now. The Swans have scored the last 3 goals. The Swans in front. The bounce is dead straight. Sinclair with a big fist on it. Parker went straight through him, finding the running player. Sends it on its way. Out of bounds near the 50. It's a good throw-in. Definitely palmed to advantage. Somehow found more room on the boundary than Wayne Harms. Hanbury with a short hand pass. Kicks it. Does well to keep it in play. Franklin with the ball. Franklin slams one on the boot for goal. He had perfect control over the ball right up until the minute he kicked it. Sydney over. The Hawks by 27. Disappointing kick there.
Hodge just got a lot of tricks in the bag, which makes him so very hard to stop. He's also got an amazing highlight reel.
He scores, he scores, he scores. What an absolute classic. He gains possession. Kennedy kicks. Papley with the pickup. Langford with the interception. McAvoy has the ball. Takes possession. Send the top in, big fella. Roughhead looking a real threat out there when he pulls in contested marks like that one. Jams it on the boot. A great effort. A routine, strictly speaking, is not a routine if you have to think about it. Going for goal number 1. Tippett wins the marking contest.
Tippett needs to do a little bit more work on his jumping. He can get some good height, but it's the timing that's not quite there. He gets boot to the ball. Gunston marks the ball.
Kicks it across the ground. The bouncing ball is controlled. Towers, I have no idea how you managed to get that out. The ball is smothered. Rampy picks it up. He grabs it on the run. Intercept by Puopolo. Kennedy gets a free kick after throwing the ball. He gives the ball a mighty roost. Strong mark. Heaney with a chance if he keeps a cool head. Distance could be the problem. Kennedy lets fly with a shot at goal. 15 metres out. Having a big day going for goal number 4. The Swans lead the Hawks by 39. The Rucks prepare to go at it for this bounce. And there's the bounce. Sinclair with the mighty fist gets the ball out of heavy traffic. Collected by Reed. A lot of possessions for him. It's hit the post. That's a behind. Sydney with the ascendancy over Hawthorn, leading the match 46-6. I would have expected him to nail that.
Well, fortune favours the brave. It's time Hawthorn stopped playing safe with their possession and took the game on. Langford boots it. Hewitt lining up with the goals. It comes off the side of the boot.
Reed starts in, his shadow beside him. Where else would it be? Well, depends on the side. Sydney by 41. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Needs someone to break hard. He's ready to bring it back into play. Gets boot to high. Strong mark by Hewitt. Going for goal number 1. Score for Sydney. Hewitt getting his first right there. Sydney in front. The Ruckmen steal themselves before the bounce. Good bounce. Sinclair with the tap. Controlled by Puopolo. He boots it from the pack. Rampy marks. There's been a lot to enjoy in the second quarter. The scores are Sydney 53, the Hawks 6.
How you respond to the challenge in the second half will determine what you become after the game, whether you're a winner or a loser.
Second half is underway.
It will be interesting to see what changes, if any, the coaches make for the second half of the match.
Heaney controls it. He shows the quick hands. Hodge intercepts it. He wins the contest. Jams it on the boot. Schoenmaker's the better man there. Kicks. Grundy ran to meet the ball and took the mark superbly. Slams it on the boot. Hewitt, the better man there.
The Sydney big men are not pulling down many marks inside the 50, with most of the Swans scoring opportunities coming from shots on the run.
He's kicked it out on the full. Sends the Sharon on its way. Hands like dinner plates. 40 metres from home. Heaney, a massive kick off the boot. A good mark under the circumstances. 25 metres out. This angle is a big ask for Franklin. Nice kick. Goal number 5 for Franklin. And that puts them further in front. The Ruckmen giving each other the ice-cold killer stare-downs as they wait for the bounce.
The Swans have just been so dominant in the ruck, and that's been able to give their midfielders so much time and space, and that's why they lead this match. He steadies now in front of goal. He handballs it. He gets boot to the ball. Rampy marks the ball. A shocker of a kick.
Franklin claims the ball. Gets off a wobbly kick. That shot wasn't meant to hit the fan. The ball has gone over the boundary line on the full. Hastily kicked. Marks. Oh, he's given that top an almighty thump. Almost a touch of synchronised swimming about that mark. Minus the peg. Lining up the goal now. 40 metres out. He gets his hands on the footy. Cunningham holds the ball, and that'll be a free kick for Whitecross. And that top has gone supernova. A mark by Brand. Bumps the pigskin. O'Brien claims it. Kicks it. A mark by Puopolo. Kicks. A good mark under the circumstances. He hand passes the ball. Sends the ball to open space. Intercepted. Superb handball. He's running hot, Richard.
You're right, Dennis. He's an absolute ball magnet.
A lot of possessions for him. Mills aims for his man on the ground. A good job keeping it in play there. Sends the Sharon on its way. Takes his time as he lines up for goal. It's okay to have butterflies. Just get them in flying formation. Gunston needs to sink this one. The goal eludes him just wide of the target. A wasted opportunity. And behind at this stage will do little to improve their position. Disappointing kick there.
Tippett may not be the first guy you'd follow into battle, but you're glad that he's on your team, that's for sure. That's a very bad kick. Towers with the ball.
Well, it could be worse, I suppose, Richard.
He might as well have just dropped the ball on the ground, Dennis.
Going for goal number 2. Gets the distance. Sydney lead Hawthorn. A brief moment of serenity before the ball is bounced and the ruckman unleash. Sinclair with the tap. Rowan on the ball at the moment. Really butchered that kick, didn't he, Richard?
That was an absolute shocker.
Look at the concentration on his face as he lines up for the goal. Papley decides to play on. Gets the kick off as he's taken down by Heaney. Gets the ball free. Goal. Sydney leads by 64. The ruckmen steel themselves before the bounce. The bounce is straight up and down. Punched by Sinclair. Schoenmakers controls. He boots it from the pack. The Hawks trailing by 64. They have a lot to think about.
If Hawthorn are going to stage a comeback here, they're going to have to find that something extra.
That was a high-scoring third quarter. Here's Richo with his stats.
Neither team showing any superiority in the tackling count today. Really close. Locked horns in the tackle contest, 7-4.
The pressure's on. It's the final quarter.
It ain't over till it's over.
Sinclair taps it. McAvoy made the awkward bounce look easy. He's got great hands. He chooses to play on. He's a long kick. Nice hands. He decides to play on. Going for goal number 1. It's like giving a bazooka to Mr. Bean. Out on the full. Sydney free kick. All of a sudden the ball has become a hot potato, quickly disposed of by Langford, 35 metres out. He's kicking from a 45-degree angle. Going for goal number 3. Sydney lead Hawthorn 72-7. He'll be disappointed with that effort.
Well, fortune favours the brave. It's time the Hawks stopped playing safe with their possession and took the game on. Schoenmakers slams the ball to his boot. Puts boot to ball. Grundy with the mark.
Dishes it off by hand. Now he wants it back. It's impossible to outplay an opponent you can't outthink. Think about that. Rowan, not wasting time, elects to play on. Sinclair gives the ball to the man on the run. Reed is an absolute ball magnet. Kennedy dishes it off to the running man. Papley just nudges the post. Bad luck. That's one area of his game that does need improvement. Langford with the kick. He had his eye on the ball all the way and took the mark well. Heaney takes it well, perspiring like a pudding in a pot as he lines this shot up. 20 metres from home. He doesn't seem to be suffering from insanity. In fact, he seems to be enjoying every minute of this. I would have expected him to nail that.
Hodge has a kicking ability to rival some of the old legends of the game. Hewitt kicks for goal. Oh, he's missed it.
It's not the score he was looking for.
It's time to roll the dice out there and see how the game might open up. Yes, the Hawks might get hurt on the rebound, but I think more scoring opportunities will present themselves. Franklin getting into position for the kick.
That's one area of his game that does need improvement.
Stratton doesn't have the strongest marking hands in the league, but he's certainly very, very handy on the lead. Mitchell marks it. Puts boot to ball. He gets in under pressure.
Dishes it off by hand. Chalk up a goal for the Swans. That's 9 in a row for the Swans. That could be the final nail in the coffin. Nice bounce. Sinclair thumps it forward. Bounces favourably for Brand. Gets the loose ball. Booted by Laidler. Nice contested mark by Mitchell. Chips it down towards half forward. Hannebrink marks it. He lays off the pass. They've conceded possession. Puopolo plays it off by hand. He soccers it. Sinclair kicks it. Gathered by Reed. He seems to have the ball on a string, Richard.
He seems to always be in the contest, Dennis.
Dishes it off by hand. Kennedy gains possession through the interception. Hodge gathers. My goodness, the wee ball has gone so high there'll be snow on that one when it comes down. The ball bounced favourably for Grundy. Gets the loose ball. Sends the ball out into space. And the ball goes over the boundary line. Little time remaining. I'd put my house on the Hawks. A lot of jostling as the boundary umpire puts the ball back into play. A miss from Franklin. Sydney leads by 76. I would have expected him to nail that. Hodge waiting for his teammates to break. They're using the Tokyo subway play. He's got the head down as he charges home for goal. Kennedy only training it behind.